Hi, I'm Michelle Aspelin with Mindshare Marketing and Implementation Services, and I'm going to show you how to export your contacts from MembershipWorks. Before I do that, I'll show you kind of how to segment your database a little bit to make sure that you are downloading the correct group of people, or how to just download everybody and then do your sorting in your spreadsheet. So the first place I'm going to start is on my website. So I just wanted to briefly show, if you go under Membership Works and then Membership Works Demo Read First, that's where you want to start to learn about Membership Works. And then I've got various pages set up. For example, you can see what the membership directory looks like in Membership Works. You can see what it looks like on a WordPress website. And then I also, under Membership Works, I have Membership Works videos, which are a bunch of tutorials about launching and labels and shop and whatnot. And when this video is done, it'll appear in this section of the website as well. Okay, so now let's start with Membership Works. So when you first sign in, this is what you see. It's your dashboard. And from here, you can either click on total accounts and export everyone, or you can click over here on members. And you can see I've got 9 people in the members folder. You can click on folders and either click on members there as well. You can go to members past due, and you can see that we have 2 accounts that are past due. So if I were to start my export by going to the members folder, I would only get those 9. It's not going to include the 2 that are past due. If I go to the dashboard though, and I click on total accounts, I'm going to get everyone. You can also segment your list that you might want to download either by those current paying members, or down here, you can just export certain membership levels, or we also have a variety of labels, and you can just click on a label if you want to segment your database first before you export it. So you're just getting a smaller group of people. Let me just point out to you, if you go to labels and membership, these are the membership levels. Individual is your most basic level, but some clubs use a household membership, and sometimes the additional person in that household is in the same account. I'll show you what that looks like. And other times they have their own account, and they might be using the additional household member count. So if I go back to my dashboard and I scroll down to household, I can see that I have 4 household level memberships. If I click on Megan, for example, and I go to her profile, you can see all of Megan's information here, and Megan is attached to Freddie. And if I click on contact to see additional contacts, Freddie's not listed here. That's because if I go back to my dashboard and I just go up to the top to total accounts and I look for Freddie, here's Freddie. Freddie's membership level is household additional member. And if you click on contact, there's no reference here to Megan because he's kind of got his own account. But if we click on profile, they're connected by this directory name field. So it's got both of them displaying in the directory. Okay, so now if I go back to my members and I click on Allison, I know she is another household membership. And if I click on her profile, we've got her information and she's connected with Cody. And if I click on contact up at the top, now you can see all of Cody's information is within her account. So this is a household account where they are connected in the one account as kind of the primary and the secondary person. And I'll show you how this secondary person comes into play when we do our export. All right, so again, you can go to your dashboard and just, let's just say we're going to export everyone. Then we're going to click export at the top. Then you choose what fields you want to export. I want their name and their address. Let's say we're doing a mailing, or maybe they have to vote and you need a mailing list for that. Maybe you want to include the state spelled out if you need something sorted by the name of the state spelled out versus its abbreviation, you could choose that. Let's choose the directory name so we can see the association between our household members. You normally use the contact name field. That's mostly for business memberships that might have a separate contact person. But if your organization has that, then you'd want to make sure you include that. And then let's just say we want to include our labels in this export as well, just all the labels, so you can just see what that looks like. So down here where it says include contacts under account, that's where you're going to get that secondary person's information exported. So we're going to include that, hit download. I'm going to just save that in my downloads folder for now. I'm going to open it up in Excel, and it's a CSV file. Now, I know from making a past video that you can't see that. So just a second, let me stop and now share my new spreadsheet here. Make sure I pick the right one. Okay. So I downloaded it to my downloads folder, and then I opened it up. This is what it first looks like. So here's what I like to do first. First, I highlight that first row, and I like to make it bold and a few larger sizes and fonts so I can read it better. Then I highlight everything, and then I hover my cursor between two columns, and I just double click on it, and that makes all the columns wider so I can see all the information and it doesn't overlap. So what does MembershipWorks give you? So it creates an account name file, and then it creates it separately as the first name and the last name, their full address of everything, and then broken out the street, the city, the state, the zip code, the country. You probably don't need this one called address autocorrect, so you can just delete that. Then here's where that directory name shows up for our household members. We don't have a directory name for our individual people because their account name is already displaying in the membership directory. Now, when you include labels, which is what's next, it gives you all the labels. I didn't segment first by a particular label. I just said give them all to me so you could see. And so it doesn't put all the labels in one column. It makes a column for each label. So you'll want to then sort this spreadsheet depending on what you want, delete what you don't want. But you can see here, we've got all kinds of labels for committees. Maybe you have an e-ballot label or something for judging, or maybe you have regions or board of directors and you want to sort by those, or skills. Maybe you want to know everybody who has social media skills. So anyways, you can sort by all your labels. But the other thing I want to point out is you can see here, there is no information for David Brown. So the reason that is because Joan has her address in her account, but when we get to David, he has no address in here. So if you're doing a voting list, what you could do is just go in here and copy and paste. So now David has an address, and you'll be able to do a mail merge with Word and create a label for David with his mailing address. Now, if you don't want to have to fix that each time you export, then what you want to do is go back into MembershipWorks. Okay, and then let's go to members, and here's Joan right here. So I'll show you, this is her profile, and here's her directory name where it's attaching Joan and David. And then if we click on contact up above, you'll see that David is private, that he does not want his information shared in the member directory, which is fine. But what we should probably do is edit his contact, and grab the address for Joan and paste it into David's account and his city state zip and then save it. It won't display in the directory, but now the next time you do an export and you need to mail something to David, you'll have his actual mailing address. So hopefully you find that information helpful, how to export your members, how you might want to segment them first by certain labels or membership levels or whatever you want to do. Maybe start on that statistics page and whittle it down, or just export everybody and then do your sorting in your spreadsheet. Thank you for watching.